Candace Owens faces massive backlash over release of Charlie Kirk's private text messages. Welcome to this special report. Tonight, we dissect a bitter and emotional public conflict that has erupted within the heart of American conservative media. The controversy pits prominent commentator Candace Owens against the legacy of the late Charlie Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA TPUSA, and his widow, the organization's new CEO, Erika Kirk. The flashpoint for this current wave of outrage: Owens' decision to publicize a private, years-old text message from Kirk, an action critics have universally condemned as deranged behavior. The text message and the outrage. The incident unfolded on a recent podcast, where Owens, recounting her past relationship with Charlie Kirk, described herself as his former wingwoman. She then proceeded to read a private text message Kirk had allegedly sent her years ago, before he married Erika. The message was a personal, mundane inquiry about his appearance before a date with another woman. The alleged text: Charlie Kirk reportedly asked, "Do I have to change this shirt?" Owens claimed response: "She said she told him, sharply, yes, and throw it away if you can." While the message is innocuous on its face, a simple, non-scandalous detail from a man's dating life, the timing has made it toxic. The context that matters: Charlie Kirk's death. Kirk was tragically assassinated in September 2025. His memory and legacy are still sacred ground for his followers. Erika Kirk's position: his wife, Erika Kirk, is now the CEO of TPUSA, and is widely viewed as a figure of immense public sympathy as she navigates both her grief and a high-profile leadership role. The overwhelming majority of public reaction has interpreted the release of this private message not as a funny anecdote, but as a deliberate and cruel sharp dig aimed at Erika Kirk. Critics argue that Owens weaponized a trivial, personal detail to publicly remind the widow of her husband's premarital life, an act that betrays both professional trust and common decency. The context of the conflict: a civil war in conservatism. To fully grasp the magnitude of the backlash, we must understand the protracted feud that preceded this text message revelation. The current conflict is far deeper than a personal disagreement. It is a battle over the future direction and the narrative surrounding Charlie Kirk's legacy and TPUSA, the assassination and the conspiracy theories. Since Kirk's death, Candace Owens has been the most vocal figure publicly questioning the official narrative. Despite authorities arresting and charging a suspect, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, Owens has championed multiple unproven and highly conspiratorial claims. Inside job: she has repeatedly alleged that Kirk's assassination was a political inside job and that leaders within TPUSA betrayed him. Foreign involvement: Owens has brought into the discussion unverified claims involving the French President Emmanuel Macron, the alleged presence of Egyptian surveillance planes near TPUSA locations, and financial pressure from certain donor groups. The donor text: Owens previously released another text message from Kirk that acknowledged losing a significant Jewish donor, using it to bolster her claims about the intense political and financial pressures he was under. The release of the personal dating text message is seen as an attempt to lend a sense of authenticity or personal knowledge to her more explosive, unproven claims, simultaneously personalizing the attack on the current TPUSA leadership. The response from TPUSA and the challenge. Facing an internal firestorm, TPUSA leadership, primarily through co-host Blake Neff on The Charlie Kirk Show, has mounted a strong defense. They argue that defending themselves and their organization is now part of honoring Charlie Kirk's legacy. The invitation to debate: in a pivotal move, TPUSA publicly challenged Candace Owens to an in-person, live-streamed debate at their Phoenix studio. The stated goal was to give Owens a platform to present her evidence and allow TPUSA to refute her claims in a single, moderated forum. Owens' reaction: Owens initially accepted the challenge with fervor, publicly stating, "You can pick the place. You can pick the time. I say we do it tomorrow. I want it to be authentic." However, once TPUSA announced the date and time, she quickly raised objections. She complained she was not consulted on the schedule, claiming the date conflicted with her own podcast and the requirement to appear in person was restrictive. The public's view on the challenge: this shift has led to further public criticism, with many social media users accusing Owens of running scared or being a liar, and a con artist suggesting she only accepted to claim a symbolic victory, but never intended to face the detailed scrutiny of a formal debate. The enduring impact. The Candace Owens Charlie Kirk text message controversy has evolved into a case study on the weaponization of personal information in a high-stakes political environment. Key impacts: emotional toll: the relentless public attacks and resurfacing of personal details add immeasurable pain to Erika Kirk and the entire Kirk family as they mourn and adjust to a new reality. Organizational stability: the feud threatens to destabilize TPUSA by diverting resources and attention from its mission to fighting internal public battles and addressing what the organization calls slander. Trust in media: for the wider public, the incident underscores the deep cynicism and low trust often found in high-level political commentary, where former friendships and professional collaborations are readily sacrificed for controversy and online engagement. The debate over Charlie Kirk's legacy is far from over, but the overwhelming public condemnation of Owens' decision to share that private text message signals that in a time of grief, certain lines of decency remain and crossing them carries a severe and immediate penalty.